Okay, so this is just following on from the previous one about the different setting assignments on Google Classroom. This is just around setting a quiz assignment. So if you want to just go into one of your classrooms, I'm just using my Year 7 classroom template. So if I click on the plus sign there, now we've got the usual option. So we've got assignment, quiz, question, material. So instead of using assignment, which is what the previous video had on it, I'm just going to use quiz this time. And that will load up a new assignment. So this one, I'm going to do the quiz around spreadsheets. And I'm just going to put a pre-description just to answer all questions on the attached quiz. And then we've got our blank quiz there as well. It's going to be out of 10, so I'm going to change that to 10. The due date will be tomorrow. And the topic, we've got one that says spreadsheets and modelling. Now, if you did, obviously, like I said previously, if you've got one that needs a new topic, just click on the plus and add your new topic in. But I'm just going to use spreadsheets and modelling and click done. And then if you click on that actual blank quiz itself, because otherwise, if you assign it now, you're just going to assign a blank quiz. So click on that and open it in Google Chrome. Now, because there is no app yet for Google Forms, you're going to have to use the Google browser or Safari, whichever one opens up in. So we're going to change that to a spreadsheets quiz. Okay, so we're going to change that to spreadsheets. And if you just go click in the top left-hand corner, just change the name of that to spreadsheets as well. Put that in there, and then form description. Just going to put complete the questions below. So you can put anything in there, but just going to make sure that the pupils know what they need to complete. And then what you've got then, you've got your questions here then. So this first one here, so untitled questions. So it could be which of the following software is not used for spreadsheets? Okay, and then this one is a multiple choice type of question. So so we're going to have obviously Excel in there. You could have numbers in there. You could have sheets in there. And then you just want to throw in just one that isn't used, so like Word in there. Okay, so that's going to be the one that's obviously going to be your answer, and the incorrect one for using it for spreadsheets. So just a few other features to point out on here. So just next to where the question is here, you've got your picture icon. So if you did want to upload an image, say it was a question about which one of these is a cell, and you might then put a picture of an Excel spreadsheet on, and they can then work out whether it's A, B, C or D, depending on which feature you've got on there. So you could do that, and you can just browse, and you can either browse your photo library, your files and folders. You can go to your Google Drive, you've got images on there, or you can even do a Google image search as well. You could directly search the internet as well if you want to find any images for there. And then just to the right of that as well, you've got your multiple choice there. So I'm multiple choice questions here, but if you want a different sort of questions, you've got short answer at the top there, which means a bit more wordy answers, but not long answers, like usually one word answers. Paragraph, that's the one where, if they do need to write a bit of a paragraph or longer answer, then that's the one to use. You've got checkboxes, drop-down menus, very similar to the multiple choice in a way, just different ways of showing it. And then just a bit further down, you've got things like multiple choice grid and tick box grid as well. That's really the good things for so surveys. Say you had the quality of a certain lesson, maybe you wanted to find out, or maybe the difficulty level of what they thought. They might have things like very hard, okay, it was easy, or it was too easy, that sort of thing, great. So you can set up like a tick box there, and a couple there set around date and time as well, but we're going to leave it as multiple choice. And then at the bottom here, we want to click on answer key, and obviously this wants to be out of 1, so we change the points to 1. And just when we're on the answer key like this, we want to click on the which one is the correct answer, and then we click done, and that is now stored and our question is set up there. So just down the bottom here as well, just a few other features to show you. So the one with the two paper on top of each other, that is actually to duplicate the question. See there, it's actually duplicated it. Just a bit further next to it, there's the trash can, so I'm just going to delete it again, so I don't want two of those. And then just the right hand side, that again, if you click on required, it means they have to answer that question. Okay, so if there's some that they don't need to answer, obviously slide that the other way like that. or if they do need to, put it on like that. Just going on to the right hand side, so if you click on the plus sign there, and that then adds a new blank question. Okay, you got also things like images, text you can add there as well. You can add also YouTube videos in there as well, and the bottom one there is different sort of sections as well that you can add. So you can have different sections to your quiz as well if it's a longer one. So loads of different features there. And then just on the settings one here, this is also here. If you're doing more like a survey, you might want to untick that it's a quiz. You want to leave it ticked if you want to make sure that the quiz answers do get imported into your Google Classroom as well, because otherwise if you don't tick it, they won't get ticked in. And then there's also things like default point values, so you can set it to be like 1 point, loads of different sort of things on there, but most of it is mainly just make sure it's ticked on make this as a quiz, and also that default point value to be 1. And then on responses, we click on that middle one, that will show all your responses once people start answering to it. So it shows you like basically their individual quiz. But an easy way to collect the responses is if you click on the Google Sheet symbol, which is the little green square with the cross in it, you can then create a new spreadsheet that will create in your Google Classroom, which I'll show that in a later video, just where that spreadsheet ends up. Okay, so you can create that spreadsheet as well. So that's that's it really. So once you've got that, you're happy with it, all you do is you close that down, and then when you go back to your Google Classroom, that will now be saved on that blank quiz, and when the pupils access it, they will then be able to answer the quiz and be able to give you responses. And the great thing about Google Forms quizzes is that they do feedback automatically and upload the marks straight away to your Google Classroom, and the pupils themselves get their mark back straight away as well. And if you've got any more wordy answers, then obviously they can feed back into a spreadsheet to make it easier for your own marking as well. So it's just a really simple way of setting up a Google Forms quiz.